my name's Megan Haskel. My press is Trabuco Ridge Press. And I have two series, the Sanyare Chronicles, which are a human raised by elves in the High Court of Faerie. And she is framed for treason and has to flee behind enemy lines to prove her innocence before the High Elf King takes her head. And her only allies on her journey are the fierce carnivorous pixies who travel by her side. So that's the first series. That was my debut novel, and it was actually a Reader's Favorite Bronze Award winner, which was amazing and such an honor. And there are 5 books in that series, so, which is complete for now. And then my latest series that's currently in progress is the Rise of Lilith series, which features a Laguna Beach bartender who can see the demon on your shoulder, and she knows exactly what you desire, and she's going to serve it to you in a cocktail. But when her brother goes missing, in this freak ocean storm, she has to travel to the underworld of Aegir's Hall to rescue him.
And are both series continuing series? I know you said you paused with this one, but both you're planning to write more books?
Yes, yeah. So The Rise of Lilith is currently in progress. I'm currently writing book 3 in that series, and I expect that one will probably end up at around 6 books in the series. The Sanyare Chronicles is paused for now, but as I like to say, I always reserve the right to have more ideas and continue it later.
Why do you have such a passion for writing, and why do you love writing these books?
So for me, reading was always an escape. When I was a kid, I loved to read, and I loved fantasy in particular because it gave me that opportunity to explore new worlds and new creatures and different things that, obviously don't exist on Earth today. And I wanted to be able to provide that same experience for my own readers. So writing is my creative outlet. It's the way that I express myself and that I get my emotions out on that page, but it's also the way that I can connect with other people and readers and give them that same escape experience that I always had growing up. That kind of comfort of, being in a different world while still safe at home.
What would surprise the readers about both your series?
They are both portal fantasy, so even though they're very different as far as their style, the Sanyare Chronicles is full secondary world, it's the elven realms, and I go into the demon realm. It's loosely based on Norse mythology. The Rise of Lilith is contemporary, so she is a Laguna Beach here locally in Southern California bartender, fake bar, but so contemporary, so more urban in that way, but they're both exploring alternative worlds and experiences. So they're the portal fantasy in that the protagonists travel between worlds to uncover their journey.
What do you hope the readers get from your books?
Honestly, I think it's that sense of escape and entertainment. I want them to feel immersed in the world and immersed in the story and writing right alongside those characters. And so if I can achieve that, if I can give them that momentary just not being in the present day reality, then I've done my job.
And why are Comic-Cons so important to self-publishers like yourself?
Because we get to connect with readers. I think that's the biggest thing. I find that when I'm at events like this, I'm able to understand what those readers are looking for more so that I make sure that my books are providing that experience that they want, and also making sure that I know how to talk about the books, and I know how to reach people and understand where they're coming from, their perspectives, talk to fans. I see a lot of the same people coming back year after year after year. So being able to be here for them and to give them that experience is it's icing on the cake of this job.
And for those who can't go to con, what's your website and how can they find you?
So I'm at meganhaskel.com. It's pretty easy. And I do sell all my books direct on my website. So you can get signed paperbacks as well as ebooks or audiobooks. And then I also have, I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Megan Haskel Author. And then I'm also the co-host of the Author Wheel podcast. So if you're interested in writing, our goal is to help you keep your stories rolling.
Tell us a little about the podcast.
Sure. So the podcast is I co-host with my nonfiction writing partner, Greta Boris. And we've been teaching writers about writing, the craft of writing as well as the publishing journey for about 8 years now, I think, or 7 years. And so we have a few nonfiction titles out under our co-written. But the podcast is our way of giving back to the writer community. So we interview other authors and author service professionals. We've had people like Joanna Penn on the show, Damon Courtney from BookFunnel. So if you're an indie author, you might know BookFunnel. He was on the show. We've had Jonathan Yanez, who's another author that's here at WonderCon. We've had a bunch of people, and we talk about what are the roadblocks that they've had in their careers, how did they overcome that, and then what tips or tools do they offer to help other authors overcome those same roadblocks. So the idea is there's no right way to write or to publish or to promote your books. It's just what works for you, and we're going to help you keep your stories rolling.
Perfect. Did you kickstart any of these? Or?
So I did kickstart this one, Aether Cross. So it's the second book in the Rise of Lilith series. And the cool thing about this was my exploration into Kickstarter. But I was able to hire an artist to do special chapter headers because I got reader engagement through Kickstarter. So here's some of the different illustrations you can see. And that was a fabulous experience. So I'm actually about to launch my next Kickstarter, which is going to be a special edition hardcover with foil of The Last Descendant, of new full-color dust jacket, black laminate case with the foil inlay, sprayed edges. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to get it out there. So that'll be coming soon. I actually have the pre-launch page up already, so if you were to go to Kickstarter and search for The Last Descendant, it should pop right up for you.
Because you did one already, why is Kickstarter such a friendly community, and why do you like now using Kickstarter?
Because it lets us reach those fans who truly love books and reading and the experience of having beautiful collector's editions and supporting the indie author community. I think it's a very unique ecosystem in that you get these people who truly fundamentally love what we do and are willing to support us and help us achieve the most beautiful possible books, highest quality we can possibly bring out into the world. And it gives, again, that little bit more experience for readers. You can get extra bonuses. You can get an inside peek. One of my highest tiers is I offer a one-on-one Zoom conversation for an hour with a reader. So if you have questions about writing or publishing or the books or anything, like I can meet with you on Zoom and do that. Where in the more traditional method of publishing, it's behind a wall, right? You've got the publishers, you're either going through Amazon, or if you have a traditional deal, you're going through the publishers. Maybe you get to do some signings, and that's pretty cool, but you don't get to have that same engagement and experience with the readers who I believe are sharing in the creation of that book. Because I write it, but when you're reading it, you're changing the perception of those words on the page. You're importing your own perspective on that. And so it's a collaboration rather than a pure single person creation.
And once again, give us your website one more time.
MeganHaskell.com.